have a quick, just a tap on the brakes, just a little love tap. Please do not pull out into the lane I want to be in. Can I make this? No, I cannot. Okay, never mind.
Performing the duties of his office.
Digby C. Caesar.
No.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. I am Digby, this is Agent Pendergast, and today we are back for some more silly test challenge racy stuff. And yeah, today's personal vehicle, I'm actually looking forward to taking the final run in because today I have brought out the Asp. Yes, this is supposed to be the fastest muscle car in the game. So, we will get to see how it does against every bloody thing else. Now, the spawn set at the moment is a bit, well, pants really. But that's fine, that's kind of what we wanted. So I'm going to go nick something that looks at least remotely interesting, and I'll meet you guys at the start of the first race. Okay, I'm back and we have got a premiere, which I don't actually know that much about. I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad. I didn't feel, great driving up here, but it wasn't like the worst thing we'd done yet. Oh, the VW van would have been a good shout. But yeah, I got my stopwatch ready, so let's find out if this thing's any good or not. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, the acceleration, not so great. Yeah, definitely not feeling all that grand and glorious on the not 60 front. However, it did feel like it had a, reasonably okay top end. Now, if you were looking for a getaway car, or in this case, a car with which to beat a taxi, you would probably want to go for, acceleration, definitely, but top end is a valuable thing, and we'll definitely find out when we get to, like, U-Tool. Yeah, if these stupid vans are spawning when I get done with this one, we might have a go on one of them. I mean, nobody sane would ever even consider stealing one to use for a getaway car, but, I mean, they are quirky, they are funny, and they are spawning, so what the hell. Okay, back to the premiere. What can we think to say about the premiere? Well, we'll find out actually when we get a U-Tool time. And I can tell you, just glancing at my stopwatch right now, it's not going to be grand and glorious, but it's not going to be horrific either. It's going to be 1:06, which I gotta admit is not the best. But if this thing, that could be down to acceleration. So if this thing does actually have, reasonable top end, we should be able to hit the on-ramp at a decent time anyway. I wonder why it is. Maybe somebody out there knows the answer to this. Why do the most boring cars, you'd have to go pretty far to find something more boring than the Premiere. But yeah, why do they always spawn in, gray? I can't seem to find anything. Hello, yeah, alright, nudge the thing. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Yeah, I can't seem to find anything that isn't gray to drive in this series. At least with a van, I'd have something, colorful. Those things do come in quite a wide variety. Oh, sorry, I had to clear my throat just then. Yeah, the sinus thing is still very much an issue. So hopefully that I can get under control in the near future. Not actually thinking that our on-ramp time is going to be great, because I'm looking at my stopwatch again. I know I shouldn't risk it, but I don't think it's going to affect the time any doing it today. And yeah, this is not going to be good at all. This is going to be four-wheel drive truck levels of yuck. Hopefully we can squeeze on here. Don't do that. Okay, so it was like 225, 226. I'm going to try this shortcut with a car. Let's see how... Okay, cars do not like it. In future, we don't do that shortcut. We took a gamble. It was worth a try. I mean, it's not like we're ruining the time, because this thing, quite frankly, is really wretchedly friggin' slow. I don't think it's going to be like... Oh, the Cadillac thing. I don't think it's going to be like that level of slow. Emperor, that's the word I look for. Oh, really? And I got crash lag, which is always fun. Don't do that. Well, maybe it is going to be slower than the Emperor. Yes, I am a moron. Look at what I'm driving, for God's sakes. Okay, have a lift, because that did not want to make that turn. Wow. So, quite understeery as well. Does that mean it's going to... Yeah, it's going to suck a little bit on that one, but not end of the world. Now, hopefully we don't get any mysterious vehicles spawning in our face again. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. You know what? The devs have said over and over again that it's not coded into the AI. Sorry, I almost crashed just then. Yeah, they've said over and over again it's not coded into the AI to... Okay, we're losing it. To, like, ram you in traffic. They're not meant to pull into you when you're there. I don't know if it's just because, you know, we're traveling at speed or because they're derpy and stupid and the devs don't know what they're doing. But yeah, they definitely seem to make a dive at you sometimes. There'll be like days when they're worse than others. Yeah, this is not a great time. We are passing the line in 4 minutes, 6 seconds, give or take. In a very, very, very awful car. Yeah, wow, this thing was just absolutely Melba toast. I don't think I've driven just anything this forgettable in forever. Okay, well, you know what? We did it. We found out. We know what it's like. Hopefully we can find something with a bit more promise next. Well, we definitely found something a bit more interesting, as Pendergast sits there picking his nose. Yeah, we found a Vigoro, which is one I've actually been wanting to try for a while now. The biggest surprise I had recording this entire series, like out of all the runs I've made, was that Phoenix there, how fast that thing actually was. So yeah, hopefully this will be, you know, on a similar level of performance and put on a good time. But the easiest way to find out... Oh good, dawn is breaking too, so we can have some visibility. Yeah, and it's in gold, so it's not a boring color. So yay, win-win. Okay, let's have a go with it. In 3, 2, 1, go. The acceleration should be considerably better. Buffalo, I really wanted to cut across the road there, and you frigged that right up, is what you did. Please don't pull aside and whack into me. I'm trying to stick to this side because I've had a couple of times when I've actually run down here at this intersection and hit, you know, somebody's pulled out and I've ran into them. So I'm kind of favoring that side in the early stages here. Oh, hold on, my nose itches. Jesus Christ. Yep, professionalism at its utmost. Good lord. I think it's actually... No, maybe it was there. Anyway, yeah, there's a couple of intersections on here, and cars have a tendency to get directly in front of me, and I crash into them, and then I have to go get a different one, and it's sad, and nobody likes that. Okay, we're actually looking reasonable, I guess, for a U-tool time. I mean, we're not quite at a minute yet. I don't know if we're going to get it in under a minute, but it's... Yeah, 1 minute dead, so perfect. Okay, yeah, this is actually in with a shout. If I don't screw up the curvy bits and I don't crash into anything here. If you wonder why I don't just leave it in like the standard driving camera, that's why. Because it's so easy to not see things ahead of you. If I just move the mouse up a little bit, I can see better. Alright, what do we got coming up? Why do you guys have to be two abreast? Honestly, it's a fast lane, it's a slow lane, and the one in the lead is actually going faster. Go figure. I swear the AI are just insane. I think I mentioned it in the very first episode. They are all certifiable and none of them can bloody drive. I'm also kind of keeping an eye out for things we can have a go with for the next run if they're still in the spawn set when we get there. And we should be getting close. Yeah, we're getting close to the 2-minute mark, and we are getting close to the on-ramp. And sorry, I completely failed the English there for a minute. Okay, survey says we are here in, I have no idea, 2 minutes and something. So let's try this a little bit. No, that completely went out of tune. However, we didn't lose a great deal of time. It was just a spin. And maybe 3 or 4 seconds, tops. Why are you driving directly at me? Oh yeah, because the lanes there are completely stupid. I'm actually thinking I might have to brake for that, just a touch. Just a hair, just enough to get it over the lip without getting too much air time. Now we'll zip down here. We'll actually have a quick, just a tap on the brakes, just a little love tap. Please do not pull out into the lane I want to be in. Now, can I make this? No, I cannot. Okay, never mind. I thought I could make it. Still only a couple seconds down. Excuse me, dude. I gotta get moving again. Thank you. I don't know why there's always a car in that intersection in that spot. Well, in that corner in that spot, but there always is. It's always blipping annoying. Okay, buses are still spawning. If this thing puts, you know, a really, really good time down, which it's probably not going to now that we screwed it up, I would be tempted to take a VW van, or whatever you want to call this stupid thing. Okay, just have a lift through this. Perfect. Lose a slight bit of time rather than a huge chunk of time. We're actually in, it's looking pretty good at the moment if I don't hit anything right there. Okay, just a couple more cars to get past, and we are going to hit this in just about 3 minutes 48 seconds, which is actually, given that we crashed, really not terrible. That was pretty decent, actually. I don't know how it compares to the Phoenix yet, because I haven't calculated the times or done any of the official stuff. But yeah, it felt pretty good. Like I said, I don't even remember what the Phoenix's time was, because I, again, forgot to get the sheet up in front of myself, because, you know, Digby's an idiot. But yeah, that was pretty good. So I'm happy with that. Hopefully I can find something else interesting, and we'll have a go with that. Okay, so the server I was playing on went really laggy all of a sudden, and it was so bad that I had to quit and open a new server, but that's fine, because this server has some muscle in it. Yes, we are finally going to get to have a go in a car I've been wanting to try this in, well, basically since I started the series. We get to drive a Ruiner. This is actually the car that I kept calling the Phoenix, you know, this car, because, basically both of them are Camaro Firebird hybrids. One of them's just a 70s one, and this one's more of an 80s one. But yeah, this is I always thought it was a really decent car. It's got fairly okay speed. I actually have a couple of these in my collection. I've got the rare spawn one, and I've got one that I fixed up for the muscle cars collection. So, you know, basically, Digby is a happy Digby. Now, hopefully, it will put up a good time. In levels of performance, I'm expecting it to hopefully do, well, slightly better than the Sabre Turbo. This is essentially the same class of car, so it's kind of got about the same sort of expected numbers. But this thing is, other than being a little bit skittish in the tail end, a lot more fun to drive because it feels a lot lighter. But you know what? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to have a go in 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, please just put up good numbers. I've been friggin' a fan of these stupid cars for ages, and if this one sucks, I'm going to feel absolutely gutted. So how about it? We just don't suck. That's a pretty low bar to, you know, hit. Admittedly, for me personally, not sucking is a... yeah, it doesn't happen very often. Things tend to either go very badly for me or just really crap. So, okay, look out. Just, you guys make space. Okay, this is, I'm pretty sure, is the intersection where I always have issues. So, no, okay, I could have sailed right through that this time. I didn't really need to change the lane. That's fine. We're in the outside lane. There's nobody here with us. It's, well, clear for a ways. And we can swap back here as soon as we get past these two idiots. But yeah, that's not terrible at all. I like the traffic on this server a lot better than I like the traffic on the last server. That one was awful. And util time is 57 seconds. So yes, it's putting up good numbers. As long as it can maintain those numbers, please don't start going all squiffy on me, game. Yeah, as long as we keep this level of performance up, we're in for a pretty good time if I don't screw the turn up. And that's going to be the tricky bit. No, I know you were trying to cut across, but you didn't bump me. It's all good. No harm, no foul. Okay. Please don't start going wonky on me either, traffic. I really don't need that today. And one good thing you can say about the Ruiner is they do tend to spawn in some really interesting combinations. So I got basically 2 different shades of orange for this one. It really caught my eye, and I couldn't say no. As orange is easily my favorite color for, well, particularly muscle cars especially. It doesn't sit so well on other cars, but it does look fantastic on a muscle car. In fact, I think I mentioned at one point, I used to own, this was many, many years ago, but I used to actually own a 1971 Chevelle that was orange with the black SS stripes, and it was probably the most beautiful car I've ever owned. Okay, ramp time is 2:06, I think, is what I just saw. Gonna have a bit of a slowdown, a bit of a jump. Didn't like that curb very much, but that's okay. We're doing well. If we can just get through the next 2 or 3 turns, we should be fine. And this thing is performing extremely well. So I'm going to try really hard not to screw this up. Bit of a lift, hit the brakes. I'd rather lose a little bit of time there than a whole lot of time there. And come on. I really, really, really want this to do well. Okay, there's the slidey bit, but that's fine. It took us out of his way. Cost us a few seconds, but not that many. Can I get around this one without sliding, please? I can, because I had a huge lift. Alright, game, don't go laggy, don't go laggy, don't go laggy. I don't want to be in this lane. At least not in the next intersection. I want to be in the other lane, please. Yes, I want to be over here. Oh, crap, I can't avoid it. Nothing spawned, please. Yay, nothing spawned. There's a, you know, I guess miracles do happen. Okay, if nothing else gets in my way, I'm in for a really, really, really good time. Now, I just looked the taxi's numbers up, but I can't remember what they are. I think it was 3 minutes 20 something, maybe? Ish. Well, you'll find out when we do the thing. And this just made it in 3:29, so a sub 3:30. And, well, I was going to say not a scratch on it, but it didn't hit anybody, which is a major league plus. I'm actually genuinely pleased with that. I think the Bruiner, if it's not, well, it's definitely top of the day. It might be top of all the cars we've sent down, apart from maybe the Sultan, and it actually is in with a shout of beating the Sultan. So, wow, if this was that good, and congratulations, Ruiner, you are the surprise of the day. But yeah, if this is that good, I wonder what kind of time the Asp's going to put down. I suppose, one way to find out. Alright, we are back. We've still got a little bit of daytime left. I'm dancing, apparently. Okay, forgot to turn the radio off. And yeah, it is time to have a go in the Asp. Sorry, hiccup there. Yeah, I have been dying to have a go in this since I started the series, because it is supposed to be the fastest of all the muscle cars. And I've driven the Dominator GTT, or whatever it's called there, the classic one. And that thing is blisteringly fast. So if this thing's faster than that, I will be pretty impressed. But levels of performance I expect should be really good, but I don't think it's going to beat the Champion. Hopefully it has as good a run as the Champion did, and we can make it down in one piece. But the moment of truth has arrived. There's only one way to find out. Let's hit it in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, the acceleration should be much, much better. I'm anticipating no problems whatsoever. I'm going to stay on this side for a little bit longer because there are cars up ahead. Get out of the dirt, Digby. Yeah, do not want to hit any of you monkeys. Yeah, see that car pulling over in that lane, the red one? That's the one I would have rear-ended had I been in that lane. That's how my luck works. So, actually, we'll have a pretty good idea how it's doing when we get to U-Tool. At least in the, like I said, this is the sprint, the next section is the marathon, and the third bit is the, like, real test of handling kind of stuff. So, this test pretty much acceleration, top end, and handling, which is about all you can ask. And we are going to hit U-Tool in the acceleration test ends with a 50 seconds, give or take, 50, in between 50 and 51, I think, when I actually get the official time, when I can do the frame by frame and figure out exactly where it's at. So yeah, that was actually surprisingly good. Well, I say surprisingly good. I'm not that surprised. It's not the 49 that the Champion put down, but it's still, I mean, it's very close. I think what the Champion's going to get this is going to be the top end. Yeah, the Champion, when it came to this section, was actually just screaming right along. And the Champion isn't even the fastest of the supercars. That's one of the Itali things. I can't remember. It's a Ferrari, basically, and I can't remember which one it is, which is a shame, because I've got about, well, 8 different Ferraris, and I'm pretty sure the fastest car in the game is one of the ones I've got. Okay, look out, guys. I don't want to go over in the dirt, but I'm not going to have a choice, because traffic's getting really, really annoying right here. Please don't go up the ramp. I just want to have a really good ramp time, and I want to make the turn and not crash into anybody. Okay, ramp time, minute 54. Turn. A little early on the brakes, not a big deal. Don't get all skittish now. Get on the road and let's go. Perfect. Oh crap, there's a bus in the way. God damn the bus. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to hit the brakes at the top of this little section here. I needed to hit the brakes a lot more than that, that's for damn sure. Well, you know what? We didn't lose a huge amount of time. And we can hopefully get through this bit okay. And handling-wise, all the rear-wheel drive cars are, you know, a little bit tail-heavy. Did that car... There was a car there that just disappeared. I'm sorry, I got completely distracted. Yeah, there's a... I don't know why. I think that's not the first one I've ever seen, but... Oh, you bastard! You complete and utter donkey. You just cost me the friggin' actual finding out how good my time is. I tell you what, that son of a bitch swerved right over at me too. I can watch it in the replay just to make sure, but it looked like basically he came after me. Have a lift, get over this. We're still not putting down a terrible time. I mean, we know it could do better than it's currently doing, and that gives me some satisfaction at least. But again, we test in real-world conditions, and dodging traffic is, you know, part of that. We are across the line in 319, which... I'll have to look at the list and see how many muscle cars have gone, and see how this did compared to those. But all things considered, not a terrible performance. I'll take that one. I am overall pleased with it, even though it's got... Oh, does it not have a scuff on the front? Okay, well apparently all its calamities and mishaps did not actually scratch the paint, so win-win. Alright, you should be looking at the times now, and this for me was a really fun episode to record. I mean, we got to try a Ruiner, which I've wanted to do since the early days. We got to try a Vigoro, which I wanted to do since about halfway through episode 1. And I got to take the Asp out for a run, even though it got screwed over by a friggin' AI person. Now, all things considered, we ended up with more surprises than not, I think. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to do in the next episode. Hopefully we can have as many interesting cars in that one as we did in this one. And as always, I have been Digby. I thank you all for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying this series, and I really hope to see you for the next one.
Oh, yeah.